Let's move on now to the fifth and final main topic today. Chris, what is the fifth and final main topic today?
Final topic is from Benson Thomas. Hey, John, big fan and watch all the time. I was watching your open mic today, and you got talking about the length of time trailers take up in theaters. I was wondering if you could elaborate a little more on that, and I'd love to hear Rob's thoughts on it, too. Not mine, I see, Benson. Cool. Thanks.
Well, Benson, now we know how the way you think. Anyway, okay, so you're right. This was obviously Benson wrote this yesterday when I did open mic, and I'm glad you brought it up because I did want to go over the stuff on this again, and I do want to hear what Rob and Chris have to say about this. But
thanks.
So here's the thing: somebody wrote in on open mic yesterday and pointed out that again, it's somebody went and they clocked it, and they clocked 28 minutes of trailers, 28 minutes of trailers. They looked at their watch when the actual movie they went to go see, which I think they said was the first, I can't remember, but it actually started, the movie was supposed to start at, I think, 8:30. It actually started at 8:58 when it was supposed to start at 8:30. Now, here's the preamble. The preamble is simply this. I like movie trailers. I think a lot of us like movie trailers. To me, a movie trailer is a part of the movie-going experience, and we like it. But there was also a day, I remember, as a kid, that I would go to the movie theaters at Limeridge Mall in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and they'd play 3 trailers. Now, granted, this was also back in the day when they would play the national anthem before the beginning of a movie, which I never really understood, but it is still. They would play the national anthem, everybody would stand before a movie, and then they would play like 3 trailers, and then the movie would begin. Well, that turned into 4, which then turned into 5, which then turned into 7, which then turned into 74. And now we are basically, we're getting to the age now that we are spending a half hour before a movie starts that we actually get a movie. That a half hour after the advertised showtime that the things actually start. Rob, we talked a little bit earlier about the fact that this industry knows how to condition the audience. They've conditioned us. You know what? 3 trailers? Yeah, that's good. Hey, what's one more? What's one more trailer? Okay, 4 trailers. Then 5. It's like, well, this... Actually, looking at our watch, it's been a while, but then we get used to it. Okay, 5. Then it's 6. And we go, man, this feels like it's kind of long. I almost forget how many times does this happen to you guys? You forget which movie you were there to watch. I guarantee that happens to you. It happens to me too. It's like the trailers are almost done. It's like, what movie am I here to see again? Oh yeah, I'm here to see this. And then it becomes 7. And they condition us slowly, that before you know it, a movie that was supposed to start at 7 is now basically starting at 7:30. One of the things that mitigates this a little bit today is the fact that now most theaters in North America will allow you to have pre-assigned seats. And so we can show up 20 minutes late, and it's okay. So that's there. But still, there's this principle of nearly a half hour of ads for a movie that we paid to go and see. Now, here's the principle that I brought up yesterday, guys, was that, when I turn on free cable television, I mean, we pay for cable, but still, they like the shows that they're broadcasting for free. I get it. If I'm going to watch NFL Countdown, which is free, there's going to be commercials. I accept that. I'm getting a free television broadcast. I pay with my time by watching some commercials. I accept that. When I go to a website, like whether it's the Hollywood Reporter or Coming Soon or Cinema Blend or Flash Film or whatever, I know, hey, I get to look at this website for free. I don't pay a subscription service for it. I get to watch this, look at and read this website for free. I understand and I accept there are going to be a bunch of ads in there. But when I pay for a service, I expect no ads and at the very, very most, incredibly few ads. Now, on Hulu, I pay for Hulu. I watch almost all of it with no commercials, but there's a few shows where they go, due to streaming rights, you guys probably heard this message on Hulu. Due to streaming rights, the following presentation will happen with one commercial before and after the presentation. I can live with that because during the entire thing, they don't show commercials. I can live with that. Netflix, no commercials because I pay like $15 a month, $16 a month for Netflix, so I get no commercials. When you go to a movie theater, you're not walking in off the street for free. You either pay for your movie ticket or you pay for your AMC A-List subscription or your Regal Unlimited subscription. For whatever it is, you're not walking in off the street for free, because if you were, I could totally understand. Part of watching this free movie means I have to sit through a bunch of ads. I accept that. That's a part of the cultural norm. But can you imagine let me ask you guys this. For those of you thinking this is no big deal, can you imagine that you're watching Netflix, okay? And you pay for Netflix, and you go ahead and you hit start. You want to watch the latest episode of Dark Crystal, yes. Age of Resistance. Great. And as soon as you hit play, 25 minutes of ads play for upcoming Netflix presentations, which maybe they should do because Netflix is terrible at letting us know what they have coming. But still, you pay $16 a month for Netflix. You hit play, the show starts. What if you paid $16 for your Netflix, you sit down, great, I'm ready to watch Age of Resistance, Dark Crystal, play, and you got to spend the first 25 minutes watching ads on a service you paid for. None of us would accept that.
No.
None of us would be okay with that.
I'd flip my coffee table. I'd go full Italian and just be like, no!
Full Italian. The subscription service on Netflix would drop by 50% overnight if that were to happen. Because Netflix hasn't conditioned us. The movie theater industry has been slowly and surely conditioning us to just accept 4 trailers, then accept 5, then accept 6, then accept 7, and now we're 8, 9, 10 trailers in now. And it's going to keep getting worse. It's going to keep getting worse, and we just accept it. This is unacceptable. I paid to be here. Now, some people will raise the issue and make an argument here, guys, that, well, movie theaters make money from trailers, and if there wasn't for that money they're getting, our ticket prices would be higher. I accept that, but I did a little bit of research on that a few years ago when I was still at AMC. I did a little bit of research. Do you know how much the movie theaters would have to increase your ticket price by if they were to eliminate showing trailers? $2 per ticket? $3 per ticket? At the time, now granted this was 5 years ago, at the time, 16 cents a ticket.
What? 16
cents a ticket is if you divide, and I did the study, I got the numbers from AMC. If you got the total number of tickets sold, the amount of revenue generated by the trailers being shown, divide by the number of tickets, when you break it all down, it would be an extra 16 cents a ticket. So it's not like this is a night and day difference for the movie theater industry and all this kind of stuff as well. So saying, well, our ticket prices will skyrocket. Actually, that's not true. It does get them a little bit of extra money, but I just think this is an unacceptable thing. And that seems to be the theme of today's show. We're being conditioned by the industry to accept things we shouldn't accept. Multiple releases of film in the same release window. You didn't get the full movie the first time, got to come back 4 weeks later, see it again. And now something like this, how many previews they show? And I've been saying for a long time that I believe the main reason that we see slight declines year over year about the number of people going to the theaters is not that we don't have good movies, is that it's the movie-going experience. And the theaters have been doing a good job giving us better projectors, better seating, all that kind of stuff. But there are still things like ticket prices that they don't want to address. Little things like 25 minutes to 30 minutes of ads before a movie starts that they don't want to address. And again, this is mitigated a little bit by the fact that we have that, but I shouldn't have to plan to show up 20 minutes late for my movie. You advertise an 8 o'clock showtime. I should be able to get there at 8 o'clock and watch my movie. So anyway, I think this is actually a big deal. I do. And I think anybody who doesn't think this is a big deal is because we have all, just like for a long time I didn't think it was a big deal, is because we have just been conditioned to believe it's not a big deal, when really it's just been getting, what's that analogy people often use? If you drop a crab or a lobster in boiling water, it instantly freaks out. You drop a lobster in cool water that eventually warms up, turn up the heat, and then it just doesn't even notice it. And before it knows it, it's dead and it's cooked. Well, you folks, we're cooked. We've been cooked. And I really think the theaters need to take a look at this. And look, I'm not saying no trailers. I like trailers. But make it 10 minutes of trailers. Maybe 12, but start bringing it down, but it's just been going up. Anyway, Rob. So anyway, that's the big spiel I gave. Tell me why I'm ludicrous. Tell me why I'm overthinking this at this point.
No, I don't think you are, but here's how I feel about it. Trailers are part of the show, and they should be thought of as part of the show, and I think they should be curated. So yesterday, as an example, I went and saw the director's cut of Midsummer. Now, the ArcLight is usually pretty good about this. The ArcLight, my beloved ArcLight's a premium theater. You pay a little bit more money, and they usually show 3 trailers.
Yeah, I like that.
In front of movies. Mm-hmm. 3 trailers are good. I think 3 trailers sometimes I want to get a 4th trailer, so give me a 4th trailer. But what I like is curated trailers. So if I go see Midsummer, show me some thematically connected trailers. It gets me excited about the fact that, I'm here to see a horror film. Show me upcoming horror movies. Yesterday, hey, I got the new trailer, the latest trailer for It. Then I saw a trailer for a Linda Ronstadt documentary. And I'm like, I like Linda Ronstadt. I grew up with her. But it was kind of harsh in my mellow. I was on my horror kick. I'm like, yeah, dude. And then I see a Linda Ronstadt trailer. Trailers should be considered part of the show. And what they do is they amp up your excitement. I think, you're the horror genre. I'm here to experience that. And boom, I get to see what's coming up next. And then 3 trailers is only 6 minutes, maybe 7 minutes total. It's gotten you amped up. It's like sitting in a roller coaster before it. You're going up the slope before you dive into the fast part of the roller coaster track, which is what the movie is. And I think it should be considered part of the show. And if you go to the Alamo Drafthouse or you go to some other theaters, they've thought about this. They're showing you thematically related trailers. And even if you've seen the trailers online, and let's face it, we've all seen the trailers online before, and you put them together and it becomes like a sauce for the main course. It's like I happen to like filet mignon, and I like to get a nice peppercorn sauce. That's what the trailers are to me, and I can't stand watching this litany of, like you said, 20 minutes of trailers. That is too much. It gets me antsy. I'm not into it. I want enough. It's like I call it foreplay. Give me some foreplay. That's what I want. Get me hot before I get to see the main event. And that's how trailers should be used.
Before the money shot that is your main feature.
Yeah, there we go. Chris, look, is this really nothing to be worried about? Or is this something that maybe we've just been conditioned to accept and we shouldn't?
I feel the length is a little unacceptable at this point. But I do love that moment when you're in a movie theater and you're all sitting there drinking your Cokes or whatever, and you're sitting there and then you do the, oh my God, yes, I would watch that. You'd watch that. We're going to go see that one. Oh my God, that movie looks so stupid.
And people clap at trailers.
Yeah.
I like that sense of community that happens in that moment. What I don't like are the straight up commercials. I don't want to buy a town car when I'm in the movies. I'm already sitting in my seat. I don't want to go back to the concession stand. I don't need to know you have Coke products because, oh my God, it's everywhere. I don't enjoy seeing commercials, like straight up commercials while I'm there. That's what I take bigger issue with. Or seeing like Maria Menounos pop in to be like, hey, make sure you're watching E! This week for all your entertainment news. Get out of here, Maria. I don't care. I don't want you right now. I want my actual entertainment. That kind of stuff irks me more than the actual trailers. Having 5 in there, I think that's fine. Anything upwards of that, then it becomes excessive.
Yeah, I think most of us agree. The trailer's part of the movie-going experience to a degree. Mm-hmm. To a degree. Once you start exceeding 8, 9, 10 trailers, it's just getting too much. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this? Is this something that, don't even think about it anymore? Or this is an annoyance. What do you think about it? Jump down in the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys.